All right, so I have had a similar problem with trying to find panos. I didn't even think about replacing the values. So that was interesting. Thanks for that suggestion because I think it kind of works. This is a place in particular that I've wanted to show in some of my stories, a pano of it, and it's a music venue. It's Stubbs is my favorite music venue in Austin, just because I have a lot of fond memories there with my family. And it's really hard to find a pano inside of Stubbs. So I'll give you an example. Maybe one of these dots, I think that one right there is actually in Stubbs in this venue. I'm going to drop peg person right down in the middle. So, I mean, this is an outdoor amphitheater, and pretty much all of those dots, with the exception of one, takes me to the hotel across the street. And I know that there's plenty of 360s in here, mostly because I've seen people with cameras, when I've gone to these to concerts there. But I need to find them, and that's where Google Maps is going to come in. Because if I get peg person here, you see all these dots. You're going to see in the little peek window, the preview window, that they all are across the street in that hotel. So I can't really use that as a guide. I'm just going to use the search. So I'm going to click on Stubbs Barbecue, and then that's going to open up the options for me to get a 360 video, 360 street view from them. So this is the inside of the venue, which I can get most of those, but I can't get these outside shots. So I'm just going to go to this first one here. And let's say that I want this street view into my Google Earth project. So it's not, it worked. So that was cool. I'm going to go and do it. So do exactly kind of what your post described. Kind of drop peg person down. And that might actually take me to, yeah, cool. So to the place here. And I'll go ahead and create a point. So test point. All right. And I'll edit that place. And see, I have the latitude, longitude, heading, and tilt of where I'm at right now. I'm just going to replace those four values. I don't know if you have to replace all four. You might just have to replace the latitude and longitude. But I'm going to go ahead and replace all four of them because it's not that big of a deal. And we'll see what happens. So go to Maps. Again, I'm looking at the after the @ sign, there's a 30.268 something. And I'm just going to grab that and copy it. And I'm going to put that at latitude. And then I'm going to grab the longitude, which starts at -97. Yep. And then I'm going to grab the heading. So the first two numbers separated by the comma is the latitude followed by the longitude. The heading is the number sets that has an H at the end of it for heading. And then the tilt is kind of the same way. It's normally the last number there, and it ends with a T. I'm not taking the T, I'm just taking the numbers in front of the T. Just like I didn't take the H for heading, I just took the numbers in front of the H. All right, so I put the latitude, the longitude, the heading, and then the tilt. I'm not going to worry about altitude. It doesn't seem to hurt anything. And I'll preview the presentation, and it's going to move me to that pano. So again, I couldn't find this pano if I was the drop peg person. I can only find it in the kind of options of Stubbs itself. And let's see, I'll go back out here so we can see it when I present. And it'll drop me down straight to that pano. So I think that's what you're asking. And I hadn't thought about it just replacing the values before. I thought I was going to have to put the actual Pano ID in there, but it seemed to have worked for this case. I'm not quite sure if it'll work for your Panos, but you might want to give it a try.